Oh my god, it's...
What's up, people of the internet? My name is Andro, and yeah, we've got some interesting stuff that's come out that the SILPH has discovered. So we're gonna go over that stuff, and it's all about the raid rewards. And what's up, Roman? Welcome back. It's all about the raid rewards, and they just published this yesterday. So we're going to go over it and just kind of discuss it. I thought there's a lot of interesting info to break down here. They do a really good job of breaking everything down in the article. Alright, we'll see you later, man. So we're going to go ahead and we'll break it down and kind of discuss. But yeah, it's been quite a crazy day today. I did a bunch of raiding earlier. I would have live streamed that, but it was... Rajesh, what's up, man? I was planning on live streaming some of the raiding, but it was super windy outside, so it was nice to actually get some weather bonus for the air test. All right, man. Well, good luck. Yeah, so it was nice to get some weather boosted Latios, but the wind was like there was way too much wind to stream. It just would have been, you would have heard nothing but wind sound earlier. So I thought I'd come home and we could talk about the raid rewards that the SILPH has put out as of yesterday. So there's some pretty good info in here. If you guys weren't aware about all the tiers of rewards, this article is going to be quite interesting. I actually didn't realize the amount of detail that went into assigning rewards. So they actually did raid research back in last August when the raids initially came out, and now they've been doing it again since all the changes have been implemented. So we can go in and break it down here. So the rewards are as follows. So everything is broken down. What's up, Sonic Blaster? Welcome back. The rewards are broken down, so you get bundles of rewards. And typically that's going to be between 1 to 3 items, depending on what the reward item is. And then those bundles will be there'll be a certain amount of counts that's linked to the amount of premier balls that you get based on your initial contribution as well as your entire team's contribution to the raid. And then the bundle content, the content of each reward bundle is randomly chosen. So that just means that it depends, it's just random which types of bundles you're going to get. And then raid level, the number of any given reward item per bundle is dependent on the raid level. So higher level raids like legendaries are going to average more items and more bundles. And then the probability of getting TMs, fast or charged, is highly correlated with the raid level, while the other reward items, i.e. revives, raspberries, and rare candies, have the same probability of randomly appearing. So back after the raids first came out, the first update was that the potions were added and the TMs were lowered, but that doesn't really apply anymore. So now where we're at is this update as of the November in 2017, where they added the guaranteed bundle of golden raspberries for every single raid, and you can see that here. So these are like your guaranteed free bundles on the bottom here. So you get those regardless of the raid, and then the TM drop rates were increased. So let's see. So they looked at 7,417 different raids, and then the bundles that were received from those were 43,183 separate bundles. So this graph is really cool because this shows you this graph has a ton of information. So it not only shows you what is available by tier, but it also shows you by tier how many items you get if you get one of these bundles. And then in addition to that, it shows you how many bundles are possible to receive from each tier. And then even on top of that, you get the percentage chance that you'll get one of these bundles based on their findings. So there's a ton of information here. The most important thing to note, well, I guess the key thing is that every single time you do a raid, you're regardless of what tier it is, you're going to be guaranteed 2 golden raspberries, because that's part of the guaranteed raspberry drops that you get just for completing the raid. So tier 1, tier 2, you get 2 guaranteed. Tier 3, tier 4, you get 3 goldens. And legendary raids, you're always going to get a minimum of 4 golden raspberries. Then you look at the potions that are possible. So in tiers 1 through 3, you're going to get super potions. So hyper potions are only for tiers 4 and 5. And then the amount that you get per bundle goes up from 2 to 4 for the super potions and 2 to 3 for hyper potions. Then for rare candies, obviously your best shot is for rare candies is going to be doing legendary raids. You're only able to get, well, I guess you could technically get 2 if you got 2 bundles of rare candy out of a tier 1 raid, but that's super unlikely. The most likely thing you're going to get is between your highest chance overall of getting rare candies is going to be in the tier 5 raids, just because, or actually tier 4 is not bad either, because you can get you can get 4 to 8 bundles depending on the amount of premier balls you get in either of those raids. Obviously the most you can possibly get is from a legendary, but the percentage that they found is actually pretty decent for tier 4 is 18.4%. It's about across the board. If you want to look at just the tier 4s and 5s, your legendary bundle. So you could get 8 TMs possibly if you got 8 bundles that were all TMs, but the percentage is so low that it's highly unlikely. So then you look at the premier balls and and then as far as the amount of premier balls you get, this is the infographic that you want to look at. So right off the bat, the first thing I noticed was tiers 4 and 5 are obviously going to be the highest amount of items that you're going to get. And then if you are getting 13 or 14 balls, 14 being the most you can actually get, 13 and 14 are going to be your max amount of items that you can possibly receive from any raids, and that you are going to be able to do a lot of damage. So the best way, this is why I said that this might, in the description, why I said that this might change the way that you raid going forward now that this info is out there, is this info has the potential to limit players, or players are going to want to limit who they raid with, because the best chance to get, then you're going to want to raid with a majority of people actually doing the raid on, because that's gonna be the only way that you're going to get 13 or 14 balls. So if you're really trying to maximize items and potential for rare candies, that's going to be your best shot. Obviously you can also offset that just by doing a sheer number of raids. Will obviously boost those numbers, but you're going to be spending more raid passes in order, because you're going to want to raid with people that are on your team. You're going to want to own the gym, and you're going to want to be doing max DPS at all times in order to maximize your items, which it makes sense that that's how they laid it out. I just wish that the team that owns the gym and the team that does the most damage didn't get such a bonus to their item potential drop. Because, like, for example, if you go to a gym, like if I went to a gym and it was owned by Valor or Instinct, and then the majority of the people that are playing there are Valor and Instinct, the most I can hope to get is, I believe, 10 balls. Because I'll get probably none. I'll get none for gym control, so that's -2. And then I probably won't get any I might get one if there's only like 5 people total. I might get one for team contribution, and then I should be able, if it's a low number of players, be able to get those extra damage balls too. And that's the other important thing is the less players that you have in the actual raid, the more damage balls you're gonna get. Even if you're not doing maximum DPS, even if you only have like decent Pokemon, you're still going to be contributing more to the overall damage towards the raid boss if there's fewer people in the raid. So that's also going to, like, at the raids we were doing today, where I did like 5 or 6 Latios, we were splitting into smaller groups to test it out, and I was getting you know, 12, 13 balls almost every raid, and my item drops were pretty significant. And then we were doing it in like groups of 5 or groups of 7 at the most, instead of doing like, you know, big groups of like 17, 18, 20. You're actually better off, if you can do it in smaller groups, to do it in as small a group as possible. And if you can break up by team, that's even better. So they go, then they're talking about, let's see, putting it into practice. For 14 balls, yeah, so 6 for defeating the raid boss, 3 for individual damage, 2 for gym control. Or geez, so soloing tier 3 raids at gyms controlled by the same team. Yeah, so if you have Pokemon and you can solo a tier 3, you'll be getting a max, as long as you're soloing it, so you're getting max damage balls. You're going to get, if it's a gym controlled by your team, you're going to get gym control, and then obviously you'll get everything else. So the max bundles you'd get is going to be 6 though. So then you're looking at tier 3. So you would get 6 bundles, so you could get potentially all of them could be rare candy. You got about a 19% chance of being rare candy, but most likely you're going to end up with a bunch of super potions, and it'll be split. You'll probably end up with 1/3 super potions, and then you got about 20% chance of everything else, and then you might get lucky and get a TM or 2 on occasion. But your best chance overall is going to be going to small groups to do legendary raids. That's going to be your highest potential for just items and TMs in general. Because the TMs, the percentage chance to get them only goes up the higher in the ranking that the raid actually is. So legendary raids are your highest chance of getting TMs just in general. So let's see here. 14 premier balls. So this is what their findings were for the average for a legendary raid. So out of those 7,000 raids that they did, they were averaging out of the rewards for a legendary, they were averaging 4.3 revives per raid, 8.3 golden berries, about 1 out of every 2 raids they were getting one of the TMs. At an average of 4.3 candies per raid and 8.6 potions. Now that seems to bode pretty well with my findings in general. I mean, sometimes you just get unlucky and you get almost like no rare candies. There have been days where I've done like 30, 40 raids, and I've ended up with like less than 40 candies from that entire day, and then you're just like overstocked with revives and potions. So there's still a strong element of luck to this whole thing. But let's see if there's anything interesting, if there's any interesting outliers here. So that's about the same if you're scaling it down, because the rewards are just less for tier 4s. No, I mean it's a pretty linear progression here as far as you can see for the rewards. So you can see for the TMs, out of doing a tier 1, tier 2, even tier 3 raids, your likelihood of getting TMs out of any of those is super low. Even on a tier 3, they were only averaging, and that's the fast TMs right here. So they were only averaging a fast TM like 1 out of 5 raids on a tier 3. And then over here you're looking at like just over 1 out of 10 raids where they're getting a charged TM. Whereas if you're doing the legendary raids, almost every other raid you're getting TMs. I actually have pretty good luck with TMs. I have never struggled to keep them myself. So it's kind of interesting to see, but I do a lot of legendary raids, like let's see right now. I'm also working on getting, I want to be able to get my my phone screen onto the computer for you guys while I do these live streams too. I think that'd be kind of cool. But I just want to look at my legendary raid badge. So regular raids, that's tiers 1 through 4. I've only done 182. But then legendary raids, I've done 623. I don't know if that's going to show up or not. Yeah, there it is. But just barely. It's like phasing in and out because of the green screen. Yeah, 623 legendary raids. So, and right now, even after doing like Mew and stuff and TMing the heck out of that, I've got 49 fast TMs and 48 charged. That's crazy that it's like phasing out the screen like that. That's funny though. So let's see. So and these results are if you're getting max Premier Balls. So that's if you're getting 13 or 14 Premier Balls, because that's how you get the max rewards off of any tier of these raids. So if you're getting 13 or 14 Premier Balls, that's the kind of drop rate you can expect. For 10 Premier Balls, this was their findings here. So and this scales down fairly linearly too. So it's like a 10%. It's basically like one less for each one of these. So you're gonna expect to get one less item per raid. Yeah, so instead of every other raid, it's about every third raid for the TMs. About 3 candies instead of 4. 6.5 potions. So that one's a little bit bigger jump. The potions have never been anything that's been difficult to come by though. What I wish they would do, what Niantic would do with the raid system and just the item system in general. First of all, I wish they would increase the amount of items you can carry, because the amount of times where I've been doing like really like raid train days back to back and I've had items capped out has been a lot. There's been a lot of times where 1,500 items, I just need space for more, especially when they do these boxes constantly now, where you're constantly getting a chance to buy raid passes, and then on top of that, once you start to do the raids, you're just getting bombarded with items. So then you end up with hundreds of potions and hundreds of revives, hundreds of golden berries, and hundreds of rare candy, to be honest. And it's just like, well, what do I want to do? Because I don't want to throw this stuff away. So it makes me change the way I play. So it would be nice if, for example, like they did this in Draconius Go, where I didn't play the game, but friends of mine showed me that this was in the game. But in Draconius Go, you could actually, their equivalent to Pokestops, you could actually enchant them so they would only give you select items, like items of your choosing. And that would be amazing. If I could go and restock and say I just wanted to get Pokeballs because I need to stock up for my Go Plus. If I could just go somewhere and hit, like, if I could go to my park and hit the 30 Pokestops that are there and just get Pokeballs from all of them, I'd be set for the whole rest of the day. I'd just do one lap of the park, and then I wouldn't have to worry about Pokeballs. Or if you need to get, items, or if you need to get revives, or if you could do the same thing on the raids, where it's like, well, I only want to have golden raspberries, rare candies, and TMs. I don't want potions. I don't want revives. And that would, if that would increase your likelihood of getting those, that would be amazing. But that's just something that I've kind of thought of for a while, and I'm not sure why Niantic hasn't implemented something in there, or just increase the item cap so that you can hold more than 1,500 items. And then they go on to say here in their parting words, so let's see. Even after the 2 reward changes, legendary raids still offer maximum rewards, and especially when it comes to TMs. And then moreover, rewards still increase with the number of premier balls that you earn. So that means, yeah, so like I was saying, when possible, raid in smaller groups and with members of your same team. And then if you can raid on gyms that are your team color, even better, because that's going to truly maximize what you can got. Let's see. Even solo players now have a chance with TMs. If they can, if you can manage to do the tier 3s, let's see. And then let's see if there's anything else. So this, and then this goes into what their older findings were. So these are their older findings. But yeah, I thought this was seriously interesting. It was nice to see a thorough breakdown of exactly what we can expect to get from any given raid. So this was nice. I didn't realize exactly how the tiers were set up, and then it's nice to see how the bundles are set up as well. So you can see how it goes, where the candy bundles go anywhere from 1 to 3. The revive bundles are always going to be between 2 and 3. Your berry bundles are always between 1 and 3 for the bundles. However, your free bundle is between 2 and 4. And that's what you get. The free bundles you get at every raid, regardless of what other rewards you get. So the free bundle here in the green, you get every single time. And then you get 4, between 4 and 8, depending on how many premier balls you earn at that raid. So it's just kind of food for thought, guys. If you have any questions about anything, just plop it down in the chat real quick. I just wanted to do kind of a quick stream and go over this because I thought it'd be cool for a quick stream and to make a kind of concise video after the fact that you guys would be able to come back and check out at your leisure. If you want to check out this article for yourself, it's just on the SILPH Road. So if you just Google search SILPH Road, it's the article that they published yesterday on the 11th. So definitely just you can come by and check this thing out. These guys have tons of good information on here. This site, they do all sorts of different research into the game. They do deep dives. They find a lot of interesting stuff. So if you guys are interested in Pokemon Go at all and you need information, SILPH Road is a great resource. But if you guys don't have any questions in the chat, if you guys are watching this after the fact, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I do a weekly Q&A now for every Wednesday. So if I don't answer it in the comments, I might pick it out for next Wednesday's Q&A. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and on this quick update video. Big shout out to Davin, still my #1 Patreon supporter. Thank you so much, my friend. You help keep me motivated to keep these videos coming and keep these streams coming. It's very nice to see the feedback and try kind of build a community and be able to do something I really enjoy doing and play Pokemon on a daily basis. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel for daily Pokemon Go content. I'm Loco Hondro, and I will see you guys later. Peace, PokeTrainers!